Get this guy up for sale quick. Wow. cheapest he can be. That's actually kind of crazy. Now I need a corner. I seriously need a fucking corner. Brother, what is going on with these corners? Alright, let's play a game. Might get a QB quick. Maybe. Possible. You check the QBs really fast. I'm getting the game. What are 80s going for? What are these 80 overall quarterbacks going for? What? Pass or what? Welcome to the team, bud. Fuck it. Let's see how giant of gaps we got on on offense here. Here we go, baby. We both suck? What up, bro? Do you suck too?
And the Commodores will kick it away to start.
What up, dog? Can you hear me?
On the move from inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. They'll try the running game on the right tackle. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Wimsatt. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Find some fresh air. Got enough for the first, and he's still going.
Gotcha,
Ridden
coach.
out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just
Gotcha,
got to
coach.
understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
Can't be getting blocked up the middle like that.
He's into the open down the middle.
Yes,
They'll
sir.
finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
You cannot let that happen to you defensively. That is the definition of getting gashed. They didn't have one guy in their front 7 even get a finger on that guy.
And the Cyclones are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Iowa State.
And coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did. And they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to
Come on. Oh, stop it.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down.
want none.
Leaves it with the running back.
Yes, sir.
Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To throw, it's Jennings. Makes the grab. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Hansen. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping 3rd downs management. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Thomas. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Chip it away.
And that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, 1st down.
Got the 1st himself.
Fumble, Brewski, grab that thing.
Defense covering it up and not letting the offense.
Can't be running like that.
It's a turnover.
Yeah.
The quarterback trying to make something out of it with his
Yeah,
legs,
you can't
but
be running like
instead
that,
he
man.
turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. But you do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. Just has to do better moving forward.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. On the option. Now the toss. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Cyclones are facing 3rd and inches. He'll keep it on the sneak. First play of the period, 1st down here. Now they're going to throw it. Spits it out to the back. Caught over the middle. It's Hodges. That one can really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make...
What is that?
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, that's a great example of KYP. Know your personnel. A QB that doesn't run great, trying to get outside the pocket. Nice job by the defense applying pressure and running him down and getting the huge
What was
loss.
that?
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
The Cyclones will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
From the gun, running back on the move. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Back to throw, it's Jennings. Lofts one high and deep. Intercepted deep in his own end. Bringing it back. What a play he made. Makes the interception, then takes it back to the 36.
I just replayed the whole play.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got a man, it's Smith. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Back to pass on second down. Fires to the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
And the Cyclones come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On third and short, the power run here. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the third play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the first down, and stay on the field.
The Cyclones will snap it on first and 10. They'll give it to him again.
I love the running back here. Running into the blitz, he saw the extra defender. He was able to put his foot in the ground and make a miss. That was a good play.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback may change this route. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown,
Hey.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Jennings. Still looking, on the move. Unloads to the wideout.
Oh.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
That is not good news for this offense, guys. I mean, the defense only brought 3 on that play, and they were still able to get after the quarterback. This O-line has got to play better.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go?
Oh, no, you did not. Just throw a pick 6 to my
And
CB3.
an early drive with the turnover. Touchdown!
See ya. It's my first win online, boy. For Mutt. Damn it. Alrighty. Get this thing fired back up here in 6 seconds.
to this College Ultimate Team Challenge presented by EA Sports College Football. As always, if you want to check what goals you're going after, just go to the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the Yukon Huskies. Take it away, broadcast team.
Snagged in the middle, it's Daniels. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Wimsatt. Forced out of the pocket. Fires to the right. It's caught. And he's out of bounds after the nice gain, and maybe that is finally the spark to get this passing game going. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to throw deep right side. It's him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Cyclones. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Now, a lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him, and the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
Well, thanks,
Now
Nico.
they'll try
How
the
you doing?
two-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. The snap sets up the throw. He gets it in for the two-point conversion, and now they trail by only 3. They want to try to pull even right now as they're going. Onside kick here in the 3rd. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Yukon going back to work on offense. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Great job by the pass rush up front. 3rd and long situation. They're anticipating pass, and they know the quarterback's going to have to hold on to the football. Nice job pinning their ears back and getting home.
And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. They'll run the option. Quick toss. Creates a little space. Gets it past the mark. Really nice run to get it out to the 23 before he goes out of bounds. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. On the option. He'll toss it. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. And the Cyclones want to crank the tempo.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's the slow death, right? Like, they continue.
There's a live football. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing, big turnover forced by the defense.
Oh, they're after him. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hansen. Touchdown, Huskies. A great catch and run for 6.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Drills him with the stiff arm. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. They'll give it to the back. It's a seam wide open. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
Well, this offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the fourth quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
They'll run it from the gun. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Running back searching for a hole. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. He might want another play. Back to throw, it's Wimsatt. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Give to the running back. Grinding and pushing his way, and man, he got behind his pads, but they get him stopped just inches away from the goal line. They'll power it inside with the fullback. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. The UConn offense goes back to work. And the Huskies are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And it's a pick in the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa State. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
challenges presented by EA Sports College Football. Don't forget you can check your goals in the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the North Carolina Tar Heels. Now to my guys in the booth. Take it away. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Back to throw, it's Wimsatt. Loads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
I love that play call. Quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gonna sling it on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Wants to keep it in the air. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. Makes the grab past the marker. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. The Cyclones are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Got the quick pass. He just won't take a big hit. Slides off guys, makes moves. He's down to the 21. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside to the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
He's got an open man. He's stopped at the 5, but the completion sets him up with a first and goal. And the Cyclones will try to punch it in on first and goal. Wants to throw. It's Wimsatt. He's going for the goal line. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Cyclones!
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So North Carolina's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And Jesse, if they have to look to their big tight end in the passing game, that could open the door to some struggles.
I mean, he has to be the go-to because he is their best weapon. This is not a dynamic passing attack with guys on the outside with speed, take the top off the defense, catch posts and goes. A lot of it goes through this tight end. So it's getting to the sticks, working open in zone coverage, being that reliable target for the quarterback. That's going to be important in this one.
No doubt. So that starts with great hands, contested catches, using that big frame to catch those intermediate passes, move the stick.
And the quarterback caught on 2 and sacked at the 12.
I love being a defender and playing in front of my home crowd. And when you give them something to cheer about, they go nuts. And how about the first play? The very first play of the football game, you get a sack and make this place go crazy.
Back to pass on second down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Got his man downfield. There he goes to the right. There he goes. At the 20. Slippery
man. Back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
And the extra point splits the uprights. All tied up in just about... Kick it away. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. The Cyclones have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. Drip, drip, drip. The water droplets keep hitting the forehead. The paper cuts keep accumulating, and they keep moving the ball down the field, Dave. He's loose. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a 1st down like they did right there.
And the Cyclones had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Got it! They will score! Touchdown, Iowa State!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense will have its 1st possession of the game. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Lopez wants to fire. The sure hands, it's Johnson. All kinds of room to the right. He's at the 40. Turning on the Jets. He's at the 10. Touchdown, North Carolina. Once he got some room, it was over. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And they did tack on the extra point. They were getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. But see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. The offense changing the play. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one. The Cyclones will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Wimsatt. Unloads it left. He makes the catch. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Just missed his man, gave him just. And the Cyclones come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air, it's Wimsatt. He lobs one high down the left side. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Cyclones! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
So North Carolina's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. And I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. It's a big test for him.
And here's the thing, proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but...
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Oh, man, that defensive back just hurled himself in there like a lightning bolt to get the quarterback.
And you see the speed, the closing speed to run, chase the quarterback, get him on the ground. That's why he plays defensive back. He looks like a pass rusher here, but you could definitely see.
Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 10, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
This is a receiver that is so good running routes. You never know which way he's going to go at the top of his route because he doesn't peek. He doesn't telegraph where he's going. The timing on corner routes is so important, and the quarterback did a nice job getting it out early so his receiver could make the catch and then take it into the end zone.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Pulls it in. It's Meredith.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Looking to throw, it's Wimsatt. Got it in the middle, it's Daniels. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back.
Oh, a lot of space. Offense on the move.
Welcome to this College Ultimate Team Challenge presented by EA Sports College Football. As always, if you want to check what goals you're going after, just go to the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the SMU Mustangs. Take it away, broadcast team.
Turning it on. It's a running room. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Iowa State.
Welcome to College Ultimate Team Challenges presented by EA Sports College Football. Don't forget to check your goals in the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Take it away, broadcast team.
So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Off play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. The Cyclones headed quickly to the line. The give to the tailback. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. And the Cyclones in a good spot here with second and short. They went back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. A field goal here would put them on top, but a touchdown's what you want in a game like this. Throws to the wideout. He caught it. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw.
The Cyclones come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Wimsatt. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. So now it's second and long. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. And the Cyclones want to move quickly. From the red zone, looking for a space. Touchdown, Cyclones! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been running in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
This offense has it with really good field position. From the gun, running back gets the give. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Demon Deacons will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. On the option. Now the pitch. Got the first down. Looking for more. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. On the option. He'll toss it. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. The Cyclones with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Off play action. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He'll get rid of it. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Catch in the middle, it's Daniels. He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds him out of the backfield. He's not going to get there, and they'll have to give up the football.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. Defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Got a man. It's Hernandez. Stopped at the 47-yard line. A 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. He leaves it with his back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Here's a heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. And the Demon Deacons need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Wide open downfield. There he goes down the right side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Wake.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Wimsatt. Got it in the middle, It's Daniels. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Wants to go up top. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Snagged in the middle. It's Daniels. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. On fourth down, trying to find his man. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on fourth down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass.
The offense coughs it up. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Fires to the wideout.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They'll run play action. Finds his tight end. Rustled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock.
Touchdown, Iowa State! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Well, it's a great job executing by the offense to get that touchdown. I think you kick the extra point right now, make it a 7-point game with only seconds to go.
And the extra point is good. and the Cyclones will put total weather to crank us up. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Looking for a man, it's Reed. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Throws to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful. Trying to throw that ball too far outside. Obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick six, but he needs to be more accurate.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Corners are going to bail. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Extending the play. That's caught. It's Sherrod. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
That's why as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on 3rd down because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Great place to start for this offense. To throw, it's Wimsatt. That's reeled in, it's Montgomery. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And a lot of times the defense is focused in the middle, right? Bring more big bodies into the red zone. Don't let them run the football. Offense tries to do the opposite. Get outside. Get their speeds to the football. Had a little bit of success, but nice job by this defense.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. The option look. Now the pitch. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the 1st down.
And I like what this offense did. They run the option. They're good at it. They read it. They run the pitch. They get some positive yards. But more importantly, they set up a 4th and really short. They're successful in these situations most of the time.
Pressure coming. Complete out of the backfield. Touchdown, Cyclones! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
That's how you do that.
Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here's the return from inside his 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. To the air, it's Reed. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Skinner. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short throw. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. We're going to make it that easy for us.
Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the chains for this offense. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Corner's going to give them room. Wants to go up top on 1st down. That's caught. It's Burks. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle. It's Burks. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
To the air, it's Reed. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Yeah, and the QB never wants to miss inside or an outright, right? You got to throw it to the sidelines. Don't let anybody undercut that. Go make a big play. And he did. He put it outside, put it on the money. I think the receiver needs to do a little better job. They got to secure that catch. He was
just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Under fire. Dances away to buy time. Got all he needed for the first down, and then he gets down on the slide.
Suck as fuck.
They've got a first down here to open the period. To the air on 1st down. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Got it in the middle, it's Burks. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Working that wide receiver screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you can tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Here's the pressure. And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown time.
Love the quick decision making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now and I'm using my athleticism and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense could do. You've got to make them pay for gambling.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. He'll do it himself on the draw. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. The Cyclones are in the hurry-up.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
On 3rd down, going up top.
What are you doing? How do you...
He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. And the Cyclones will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Catches it cleanly at the 20. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Now on the option. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
They'll test the right side. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground.
I'm literally walking over to that guy. My man, thank you so much for saving my run. That could have been really, really bad. I could have been benched, but you got my back. Appreciate you, my man.
They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Looking downfield, it's Wimsatt.
Oh my gosh, he had a
And he
touchdown.
was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
And that was incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
No, it was incomplete. Okay, if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
On third down, he drops to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. The Cyclones moving quickly to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Montgomery. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
One of the things I love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's taking the shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. Just a better play there by the defense.
And the Cyclones line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. They'll try to get it through the air. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on third down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete. All that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. The Cyclones have it with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Wimsatt. Catch in the middle, it's Coleman. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Time dwindling away as they put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on first down. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. He'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Coleman. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Man, how about that? You come out of the locker room, you just had a little bit of a break, you rested, you told your club we're going to come out, now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside, even though we're winning and you failed. Now this defense better step up and respond.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Now the toss. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option. And the Cyclones will hustle to the line. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The Cyclones will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Takes it on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. This this drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Dropping back, it's Reed. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Wants to throw on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Got his man. And he's out of bounds, but not before a good, sizable pickup, and that has been a rare sight in this one. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. He'll try to take it back. The 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Iowa State.
And that play happens because they blitz, they get pressure, make the QB feel uncomfortable. He throws the ball up, and you make a play on the football, and you take that thing back to the house. Nice pass rush, nice pressure, and nice job turning defense into offense.
Getting set for the point after.
What'd you say, bro? I can barely hear you.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Dropping back, it's Reed. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
To the air on second down. On the run, still looking. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
Another one, maybe we take those.
Off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives him the ball in prime field position at the 40.
But coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you, the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk game. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays, too.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
To the air on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
The give on the option. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push offensive line. They haven't been physical either.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Here comes the option.
Oh,
And
boy.
now the pitch, the ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And when you run the option, you run the risk of putting the ball on the deck, and especially once that thing starts to string out, and the defense does a really good job playing assignment football, man on a man. I got the quarterback taken care of, and you can tell I had the running back taken care of too. Nowhere to go with that pitch, and they forced the turnover.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to pass. It's Wimsatt. Quickly out to the tight end. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Burks. Alabama quickly back to the line.
Well, they've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
Pulls it in. It's Hudson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
They've got the screen set up. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Reed. Buys a little extra time. Trying to make magic with his feet. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And this is why coaches get paid the big bucks. Tough decision on your own side of the field. 4th quarter, I'm trailing. Is it go time now, or do I trust my defense?
Goes to the option. The pitch. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
And now you start to feel desperate because down by multiple scores, the clock running out, 2.5+ minutes left on the clock. I got to do everything right now. I have no margin for error. My defense on this next possession, I have to get a 3 and out. I have to force a turnover. I have to do something to get me back in this ball game right now.
Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. To settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Finds the tight end. Wide open spaces. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. They trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. They have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Second down coming up. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few 1st downs, and get a W.
And the Cyclones will have it 1st and 10. They'll go to the fullback. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
And they're kind of going to their closer now, right? Like they give it to the physical guy that gets downhill, north-south, right away, hard to tackle, falls forward, paving holes, and this is a good opportunity for this offense to keep pounding and try to run that clock out.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Just when you think it's automatic, it's not. Extra point, no good. They're They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Come on, bro. 30 seconds left. Just finish the fucking shit.
Quarterback has to have command in those situations. You cannot afford a penalty like that deep in your own territory.
What a loser.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost.